Well, good evening everybody. It's the 29th of March 1994 and here at Blundell Park we're about to see Town play against Middlesbrough. Everybody lined up out there in the middle. Mr. Key is the referee today, he's a man in charge, and number 10, ex-Town player of course, Andy Peake, and good midfield player as well, that fella. And of course Paul Wilkinson just getting a round of boos from the Town fans. Shows how much they know because he's going to be leading the Middlesbrough attack. And very good centre forward he was for us. He turned into a very good centre forward for Everton and for Forest and for various others, and he's ended up here at Middlesbrough where he's still scoring goals. Town side, of course, we won at the weekend by beating Oxford 1-0. Wasn't the best of games, let's face it, as was the previous home game against Birmingham. Two poor games. Looking to put it right here tonight against Middlesbrough in what is normally a tough encounter, but evening game under the floodlights and normally a bit more atmosphere to these ones. Townside, Paul Crichton in goal. Tony Ford comes in at number 2 because poor John McDermott, who I saw downstairs before this game kicked off, I won't say crying into his beer, but I'm sure he'd desperately like to have played in this game against Middlesbrough, which of course is his hometown. But he pulled up injured with hamstring, I believe, at the weekend. So Tony Ford comes in. Paul Agnew number 3, Futch is number 4, Graham Roger 5, Craig Shakespeare 6, Town about the kick-off. 7, Gary Childs, who's shaken off the knock that he took at the weekend. 8, Dave Gilbert. 9, Steve Livingston. 10 is Clyde Mendonca, and 11, Paul Groves. Town subs are Gary Croft, Neil Woods and Rhys Wilmot. Middlesbrough side, well, Rowley will love this, but much the same as me, I'm afraid, actually, because it's squad number time again. And bad news for us people, I'm afraid. Ball out for a Middlesbrough throw. Stephen Pears is in goal. Curtis Fleming is at right back wearing number 15. Richard Liebird is at number 3 and wearing number 3, we reckon. Whoops, look out. Another throw. Number 4 is Jamie Pollock. Playing as centre half but wearing number 26 is Steve Vickers. Derek White is number 6. Philip Stamp is number 21. Good punch away. And it comes again, it's another nasty one. Good take. Took it on the bounce, so to speak, but it was out of danger area. Craig Hignett is number 8. Number 9, as I said earlier, Paul Wilkinson. 10, Andy Peake, the 2 ex-Mariners. And number 17 is Alan Moore. And the subs, Tommy Wright, Nicky Mohan and Andy Collett. So Town, 5 wins out of the last 6, the other game being a draw, and only 1 defeat in the last 11, we believe. And Rowley, we are the form side.
Yeah, without doubt. If we win tonight, it's got to be Manager of the Month for the gaffer. But I was just wondering there, John, there's been 2 very high crosses into our box, whether they're reading into the fact that Futch is probably not the greatest header of the ball in the world. But then you've got Graham with him, who's probably is. And Paul Crichton certainly has come out, that guy's been a revelation this year, hasn't he? He must be the greatest signing of any club anywhere this season. For the price.
Dead right. Dave Gilbert trying to turn away. Still wrestled that ball away. Paul Groves is looking for the run of Mendonca. Going to go back to Pears. And the early clearance from him. Didn't get much height on it. Gary Childs was in there. Groves again. Good little clip that to the wing. Agnew. Dave Gilbert trying to pull his man round there. Ball out. Middlesbrough throw. Gary Childs back to Tony Ford. Good play. Good play. Agnew. That's not a bad ball either. Ooh. And young Curtis Fleming, yeah, and the referee quickly having a word, because that is a shame, because Curtis Fleming is a young lad, he's a good fullback, and he's a better fullback than that, and he's got a lot of respect in Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as it.
No.
I thought it was missed time more than anything else, John.
The leg was swinging and it looked worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dave Gilbert gets on with it. Into the space for Clyde Mendonca. Of course, the match winner at the weekend. Oh, not a good one from Diddy. Oh, looking for handball, nothing given. Futcher lets it bounce, brings it under control and clears. Oh, not so well. I think he got a bit of a bobble. Wilkie didn't like it. Long clearance, and again I reckon it's going to be back to pairs. Good distance, 4 minutes gone. Oh, good jump that time by Futch. Tony Ford. Look at that pass. Livingston on the run. No messing about from Derek White. Straight into the main stand. Town throw. And I was down the wheat sheaf a few nights ago with old John Tonder at Radio 1 beside having a pint or three, and a lot of lads from Middlesbrough go to Bradford University, and they were good enough to mention the fact that one of the Grimsby lads who goes to Bradford University gets our tapes rolling, and as soon as I walked in there was a load of general chit chat and finger pointing, and the lads had picked us up, and I'm glad to say that we obviously provide a little bit of entertainment to the students in Bradford, town fans and Middlesbrough fans alike, and we hope that we give them a decent game tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad we entertain the students, the females of course.
That's wishful thinking, is that, I reckon. But the one thing is, of course, we don't want Middlesbrough to win. They did us earlier, well, say earlier in the season, earlier in the year, January the 3rd, when we went up to Ayresome Park and lost 1-0 to that Wilkinson goal. Of course, we got them in the Anglo-Italian competition. Call it Noddy Cup or what, I don't know, but I know the boss wouldn't agree with that. But the league game was a bit of a non-event. This is a good chance, long distance and wide. But it was a bit of a non-event. It's filthy conditions on the night up at Ayresome Park. We lost 1-0 to that Wilkie goal who stole in. And the nearest we ever came on that occasion was a free kick from Jim Dobbin, which went past the angle. So we're looking to get revenge tonight.
Yeah, but you know, the Anglo Cup, you know, whether you like it or not, I thought that was one of the hardest fought games I've seen there this season, John. There was not, in fact, it was the game that Neil Woods got hurt and hasn't quite recovered from, if you remember rightly. There's one little point I would like to make out is that, well, just take over here, John.
Well, let's see whether Middlesbrough, no, they can't progress. Good cover. Shakespeare, oh, Grove should I say, finds Dave Gilbert. And again. Well, that's a good-looking ball. And Vickers didn't mess about.
Yeah, say quickly, one little thing I'd just like to say. I didn't like the reception Paul Wilkinson was given, because Paul is a very, very nice young man, and he did everything right at Grimsby, and there was no need for one or two people, and we can still hear him shouting, and Paul is an absolute gentleman on the football field, and you don't deserve it, Paul.
Great ball. Far post. Oh, Gary Childs, it's still there. Corner kick. Well, that was tough. Young Gary took a big swipe at that, miscued it completely, and he's very good in that position normally. He's very good on the volley around that sort of area. He got another chance and it was blocked, and away it goes for the first corner. 7 minutes of the game gone. First corner of the game. Dave Gilbert to knock it in. Low, near post. Graham Roger was looking for it. It's going to get back out there for Dave Gilbert. He gives the instructions. There it goes again. Edge of the area this time. I think that was Wilkie back there. Tony Ford just stands off a little bit, but Futcher's in there. And there's a clearance. Going to have to do some more work. Oh, lovely turn. Lovely turn. Here's Tony Ford on the run. Good ball, Livingston. And back again. Tony Ford wants... Oh, and that's hard luck.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you one thing, John. You know, only we've only been playing 5 or 10 minutes. compared to Saturday's game,
Yeah,
both these teams look as if they're going for the playoff positions and capable of doing something.
Yes.
On Saturday, you wouldn't give them a prayer, would you?
No.
Very encouraging start.
Yes. They're both looking very lively. Dave Gilbert, there's a touch off. Paul Agnew, he joined that in well. Good looking ball. Whoa. Well, I think we've got a corner out of it, and one, I don't think it is a corner, but I certainly do think it's a shove. That's a man who should have picked it up. He was the one nearest to the action. But that was a good shove.
Well, I quite honestly, John, that was a free kick in anybody's language.
Dead right.
But we haven't got it, we've got a corner.
Well, we'll have the corner, but crikey, wake up. Flat again. Nobody really attacking it. Futcher. All right, it's nearly a very good header back. That's a corner again. The referee not alert to it at all. And I reckon that came off the shin. That fella's got to get his finger out. I reckon that came off a shin. I think the fella tried to guide it over the line and it caught him. There's goal kick. Groves didn't quite judge that one. Now then, Mendonca gets it under control. Gary Childs back through the middle. Well done, Mendonca. Livingston now peels off. Still Clyde Mendonca, still going. Shot comes in, it is blocked. Graham Rodgers just got the foot in. Groves keeps himself available. Dave Gilbert. Groves has found himself a little bit of space inside. Dave Gilbert held off, and in the end Philip Stamp knocking the ball away for a town throw. Aggie to take it. Dave Gilbert, good turn. There's a ball. Oh, that's hard luck. Just tried to poke it through there for the run of Groves. Futcher saw it off. Easy ball to Aggie. Whoa, bit of a late one. It's Stamp again. The referee, Mr. Key, just having another quiet word and saying that's a couple now. So, thanks, Graham. 10 minutes gone, no score.
It was hard, John, but Mr. Key, I really rate him as a referee, quite honestly. I know you like some, you don't like some, but he'll only let so much go, you know.
That's right, it's back in there again. There's Graham Rodger who stayed up. Fleming checks, pushes it away. Ooh. Good ball now. There's Wilkinson who's gone left-hand side. He might leave it, he has done. Good thinking. He gets into the middle, that's his position. In comes the chance, and away goes a header, and again. Not a good one, we can leave it to go out.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether he was watching the game last night between Sheffield United and West Ham, Tom. But the Sheffield United equalised from a corner, and there was nobody on the right-hand side. And I do tend to think that the modern game seems to are neglecting the attacking left side of the pitch. I mean, I thought on Saturday we was very vulnerable to that thing, even with John McDermott there. And to me, it's a left hand that always seems to be open at the moment. Whether it's a new modern tactic that we don't know about, I don't know.
They're looking for offside and it's not being given. Paul Groves. Oh! It is always going to be tight.
Yeah, it was asking to be a lot. The idea was absolutely superb, but it was really asking. It was slide rule stuff. That's that was right. It. Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be a real precision one. Did that one, and we didn't get away with it. Here's Groves again, who's seen an awful lot of the ball so far. Here's Livingston. Good play. Good strong play. Dave Gilbert. There's a run from Mendonca. It's a good run as well. Curtis is there. And as I say, Curtis, good little fullback. And he's done very well. Agnew, who's done even better. There's the ball forward. Aggie wants it back. There it goes to him. Oh, stood on it. Mendonca gets in. Paul Agnew's gone to centre forward. Tony Ford. And Town want this game, don't they? Oh, well played, Fordy. He's gone past one. Tried to get the second man, but he's going to have to take the throw. And taken quickly. I think that's Mendonca. Touches it off. Drives it in. Great effort. Great effort from Gary Childs. Wasn't far away. I think it's fair to say that Pears had it covered. But that is the sort of position that Gary Childs is so dangerous in. Ball falling for him on his right foot. And we've got a very lively start here tonight. Up goes Groves. Good header. It's up in the air from White. Now Groves again. Straight through the middle. He's looking for that run again. Liebird smashes it into the main stand. Hope all you people down the Imperial are having a good look at this. I'm sure it's better than Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain or whoever's on tonight. So whenever you get round to watching this one, we hope we've got some goals for you. And another Town throw. Good distance on it. Knocked on well. Goal kick's the result though. And Clive Mendonca, who Alan Buckley claimed was not as fit as he would have liked him to have been, although he was match fit, but he was rusty after having a bit of a layoff at the weekend. But he got the goal 3 minutes from time, and I thought looked all right at the weekend, and he certainly looked all right so far tonight. Ball forward, Livingston looking for it, trying to knock it back. Once again, Groves gets in. He'll get in again now. No, knocked away from him. Futcher might do. Now then, oh. Oh, we're looking for offside and didn't get it right. And Graham there, it was poor Graham Roger, and Graham on our facts and figures, our Graham, quite rightly saying unfortunately it was Big Graham who just got caught there a little bit. I didn't say it, I wasn't going to say it. I'm not going to say a man who's 6'4" tall and built like the proverbial brick what's it was slow coming out.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, but he was though, wasn't he? Sorry, Graham. No harm coming of it. Let's have a look though. In comes a cross. That's a nasty looping one. Wilk is in there. Good cross. He was under pressure and he just did. He did enough.
That was a superb cross because Crichton thought about it and then he realised if he come, that was it, pal. If you miss it, yeah. Very sensibly stayed back. Yeah. Oh, good play. Oh, and the runner's offside. Yeah, about 5 yards slightly. Yeah. So Town 4 games and about 15 minutes, I think, has gone, and we haven't conceded a goal. It's credit to the defence. It won't be credit to you if you keep sticking out statistics like that, John. I'll tell you. Just be quiet about that, will you? Yeah. But what I'd like to say, Liv is every game he seems to be getting into more weight rate in it. You know, I mean, as you say, as I said, I thought he was my man of the match on Saturday, and he's carrying on as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Look at this run through the middle from Shakespeare. It's hard luck. Livingston back to Childs. The left-hand side's free if he wants it. Oh, good little ball, and he's got it back. Great play. Great play. Dave Gilbert gets past one. Corner kick. Oh. No, came back off Dave Gilbert. Came back off him in the tackle. Yes, yeah, and Rowley is right.
Yes, quite right, quite right. You did mention to me that Shakespeare hadn't seemed to be touching a ball, John. But Craig is one of these people that will just touch his balls off. You know, it's a different game to what Jim Dobbin plays, isn't it? He's not... well, we'll have to see how he carries on, but he's made some tremendous off-the-ball runs, and the ball hasn't come to him, unfortunately, but he always seems to be there and about.
That's a ball and a half, and just a pity that Clive Mendonca couldn't control that one. Here's Fleming. Well in by Futch, great tackle, and again. Let's get in. Good play. This is what the crowd want to see. Good hard play. Dave Gilbert. Cross is hit very hard. Wasn't the best of ones. In comes Graham Rodger. Nicely placed straight through the middle. Mendonca's looking for it. There's Livo. Back to Mendonca. Surely! Oh, an absolutely brilliant save. Brilliant save.
That was magnificent football all round. All credit to Paul Groves. What a wonderfully weighted header that was. And a great volley from Clive. And what a great save, John.
Great save, that. Clive Mendonca hit it on the full. Top corner stuff. Probably a shade close to Pears, but I mean, at the speed it was going, he stuck his arm out, and that was history. In we come. Yes! Oh! Off the line, Graham Rodger. Back to the wing. Gary Childs. Oh, good little turn. Oh, he's shown too much, and now Middlesbrough might get it away. But Graham Rodger, he met that one beautifully. Lovely flighted corner. Futcher will give away a free kick there, but Graham Rodger met that very, very well. 18 minutes gone, and so far there's no question about it, it's all Town. Peake, about the first touch he's had of it, Andy Peake. Lieburn, or Liebird, should I say. Man in space. Cross gets a ricocheted. Wilkinson's in there. Oh, should have had a bit of a call, and I think Aggie says he probably got it late, but now it's marking up time. Here's Andy Peake. Back to Fleming. It's a bit tight. He'll get there. Good play. Good cross as well. And well taken by Paul Crichton.
That was a wonderful where it moved on the right-hand side. That was a beautiful flick, John. And it took a ricochet, and Crichton did well.
Middlesbrough, it's their turn to come forward. Good open game of football, this. Good tackle. Good play by Fordy. Oh, that's a good turn as well. Tony Ford will get a foot in. Still there. Still there. Lovely. That'll do. And away we go. Steve Livingston won't reach it. Well, this time Paul Wilkinson does miscue the header. Town throw.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, I can't think of when I've enjoyed 20 minutes of football as much as this at Blundell Park this season. I think, it's a credit to both sides. And
that was a credit to how to pass a ball, because that was a brilliant crossfield ball. I think it was Gary Childs with a quicken. Here's Aggie, comes inside. Whoops, somebody tried to have a go at him, and again, still going, still there. Livingston, surely! Straight into Pears' chest. He's getting better.
Didn't Aggie do well? I mean, he was absolutely superb.
He kept going.
Absolutely, and it's a pity Steve's shot. All it really needed was directing rather than power.
If he'd have hit it low, it might have been interesting. But he hit it hard, took a good swipe at it, and Pears had got everything right. And standing between that and the goal. But Paul Agnew, definitely. Great piece of play by Aggie. He just kept going, wouldn't be shaken off it, and nearly laid on goal number 1. 0-0 though, as we talk. Futcher, straight through the middle, nobody running. Clive Mendonca is, Pears has to come for it. And that's ended up a cracking pass. I think his first concern was to get it out the way, but it ended up a really good ball. Stamp to the far side. We're standing off a little bit. We still are, that's a corner kick. Middlesbrough's first. So 22 minutes gone. Just over halfway through his first half with no goals. It was a great first 20-odd minutes of football. Dave Gilbert issuing instructions. Paul Agnew comes out to mark. And that's why. Oh, Wilkie. Climbing surely, yeah. Just having a quick word with Mr. Key, but between the two of them, I think they got that sorted out. He's a good referee, old Key, there's no question. So Crichton with the clearance, or free kick. Oh, Clyde Mendonca took a shove, nothing's been given. And somebody's got a club around the ear hole. Clive just checks on him. Middlesbrough again coming forward. Peak. Well, he's being hustled, and that's good play by the town forwards. Didn't let him progress. Yeah, I think he is. There's a flick through the middle, and Futcher was there. It's going to fall for Middlesbrough though. Shot comes in now, ricochets, and the corner kick. Second corner for Middlesbrough. And yes, I think Steve Livingston, of course, Middlesbrough fella as well, isn't he? So Steve Livingston will want to no doubt impress tonight. Out swinging corner. 7 Middlesbrough players in and around that penalty area. Wilkinson was there. Futcher. There's the clearance. I think he's more concerned on getting it out of the danger area. Fleming will take the throw. There's Wilkie. Knocks it off, but knocks it off to nobody. Paul Agnew's there. Paul Groves. Man was jumping at him. Futcher. Whoops. That's good. Stood his ground, didn't take his eye off it. Livingston. Oh, man got in first. Mendonca, good play. Steve Livingston. Oh, he really wanted somebody wide. That's a good ball though. Gary Giles, surely. Oh, Pear's diving save. And Gary Giles, who, as I say, in that position, he's going to get it on target. It's just a matter of what the keeper can do.
Good football once again, John. Livingston only had one option, and so did Giles. And Stephen Pearce, of course, you know, a very experienced goalkeeper, closed it down. It would have took an exceptional shot to score from that angle. Good football all round, though.
It was. Here's Wilkie. Well, up between his legs. I don't know what he controlled it with. I'll leave that to you. Not a good ball at the end.
I don't know either, and I know him well.
I don't know him that well. So, Paul Crichton with a goal kick. Whoa. Little nudge there on Clyde Mendonca. Graham's pen on the facts and figures has run out of ink because he can't write anymore because he's put down so many shots that we've had at goal. So he's not used to it. We're cracking up. Livingston, lovely back header. He'll get it back. There's a shot deflected. Oh, it was on its way. Half away by Middlesbrough. They should complete the clearance now. That's a good ball. Wilkinson once again finding himself some space. Look at the overlap. Look at that lad going. Whoa, there you are. Low one, nasty. Oh, well left. Good dummy. Pollock there, feeding the wing. Still Pollock available. That's a lad. And then he gives a bad ball. Goal kick. Middlesbrough's away record is won 5, drawn 6, lost 8. They've scored 19. They're scoring a goal a game and they've conceded 24. But they're 2 points above Town in the table. And of course we're going to leapfrog them if we should win this game. So obviously we're going to progress one place, if nothing else, depending on how all the other results go tonight. But it's certainly getting for an interesting end to the season, or for an interesting last quarter of the season. Paul Crichton again. And Pears so far, I mean, he's a good goalkeeper, is this chap. He's been around for a long time. And he's earned his corn so far. Steve Livingston on the chest. Graham Rodger, Tony Ford having a good shoving match. And he's done well, Tony. And away by Paul Groves, but it's bobbled into midfield where Curtis picks it up. Town putting the man under pressure. Curtis, Fleming should I say, coming forward now. Oh, good ball. Oh, Pollock. Whoa, I don't know whether he got a touch. I don't think he got a touch. I reckon the man went over his own feet.
I do, absolutely. I thought Mr. K was conned. And... sorry? No, Graham said he didn't give it straight away. Have you better talk to Graham about that one?
Well, he looked to me, Graham, as though he was just waiting for something to happen, and nobody really appealed for it.
That's right. Nothing happened, and well, as Rowley said earlier on, he was just conned into it. But he didn't give it straight away.
I think he just took it on himself. It was a free kick. Here it comes, nasty one as well. Not far post, still in there. Well, thank goodness we've got it away. Well, we haven't as yet, but I think Mr. Key got caught out.
Yeah, I mean. You know Paul, I mean, he'd never, you know, quite honestly, I mean, he wouldn't foul anybody deliberately, and I know the man very well. And he turned round, he was the most amazed person in the world. Now, we might be wrong, he might have clipped him, but if it did, the old incident was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was totally unintentional, I'm sure of that. We'll have to have a word with Old Futch. Anyway, back into action. Stamp coming straight through the middle. Good run, but he's into the corner now. Goal kick. Or throw in, is it? Goal kick. So, 30 minutes gone, thanks Graham. No score. It's not for the lack of trying.
I think it's a superb game, John. I don't know how the other two lads feel about it, you know, with it, but I think this is a very enjoyable game.
Well, let's hope we can do something before half-time comes. It'd be nice if we could get ourselves a goal out this first half. We certainly deserve it on the play up to now. Here's Steve Livingston picking up the pieces, and off he goes. Still going. Two men around him, though. He wants some early support. Oh, and again. Well, he changed his mind. The referee's going through a bad 5 minutes. Graham Rodger. He might give us a penalty yet. Up goes Livingston. Half a touch inside. Shakespeare gets in. Well, if he's given that for foot high, I think that is a bit harsh on Middlesbrough. Because, OK, Shakey's not the biggest of blokes, but I'm just saying, Rowley, I think if that's been given for foot high, I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, mind you, Shakey, I think he was fouled, but... as you say, if it was for foot high, I mean...
It might have been some contact made for all we know.
Absolutely. Well, Shaky
he seemed to have got caught.
He seemed to have got caught above his thigh, actually.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look. Danger area. There it goes. There's a little touch off. Back again. Not what we wanted, I don't think. Sort of 3/4 worked out, didn't it?
You see, you know, without Jim Dobbin there, and of course David Gilbert doesn't take him these days, and we know the reason why. You know, obviously because of his injury, and obviously you've got to try and work out an alternative way to take these free kicks.
And I mean, it is scoring distance at sort of 30 yards out. Clyde Mendonca. Here's Paul Agnew. Off he goes. Gary Childs. Dave Gilbert. Fleming in front of him. Still Dave comes inside. There's a layoff. Wasn't a good one this time. Who's going to pick it up? Gary Childs wants somebody right. Good play by Gary. Under pressure. Well in by Dave Gilbert. The referee saying get on with it. Livingston. Fleming. Well seen by Aggie. Go again. Here's Pollock. Graham Rodger did well. Graham Rodger again, Dave Gilbert. Oh. Paul Agnew. Well in by Shaky, good challenge. He didn't like the close attention he was getting. Look at the left-hand side. Whoa, good save by Crichton. But there was a man on the left-hand side who was completely free.
Yeah, I'd like to know who was supposed to be picking him up, because all of a sudden there was a gap there, John, and it wasn't a bad effort, you know, and no. Crichton did very well to turn it around the post.
It was hard, it was low, it was right on the post. So, third corner for Middlesbrough, 33 minutes gone. Low one, not a good one. Cleared it well. Mendonca, there's the ball inside. Dave Gilbert, look at the right. Great play by Tony Ford. He's so quick to see that space. Dave Gilbert goes outside him. Still Tony Ford, still going, clips it. Oh! This is Livo. Back again in the middle, still there. Tony Ford, good play. And a Town throw. I can only think that Steve Livingston was a slight unsighted there. Great break.
Superb break, and the cross came, you know, from Tony, a lovely cross. And but either it was either lost in the lights or something, or it didn't quite come, you know, as it should have done to Livingston. Dave
Gilbert, low one, didn't get any height on that. And it, sorry, Gary Childs, a low one, didn't get any height on it, and it wanted it. There's Futcher. Still in there. I think that's Shaky trying to get in, is it? Tony Ford this time. Gets it back. There's the ball forward. Clyde Mendonca trying to put the man under pressure, but he still lobbed it forward. Graham Rodger on the long run. And yes, that's fair enough, yeah.
I think he'd have got evens on that.
Let's be fair to big old Graham. He's not going to try and stand on the ball, turn round and then slot a 60-yard pass up the field. He's a defender, that's his job, and he does it very, very well.
Well, that's not what he tells me. You know, well, we shan't go into that. We'll tell you that after.
Free kick for Town, bit of shoving by Wilkie.
I mean, he calls me the Elvis Presley of Cleethorpes, and I think he's the George Best of defenders.
Crichton with a free kick.
No, but truthfully, you know, you're quite right. There's no frills about Graham, and he's a very big asset, especially in the air.
Well, he nearly got himself on the score sheet earlier today. That header cleared off the line. Dave Gilbert doing well there. Agnew. Livingston, lovely touch. Mendonca wanted to run off. He's going to turn and go himself. Oh, good challenge. Just kept it a bit too close to the defender. In comes the challenge there from Shaky. Now, Gary Childs. Good ball. Two through the middle. Back to Pears, who whacks it away.
Well, you've got to say, John, both... Well, all right, Tony, you can get away with that one. Oh, that's high. But you've got to say that both sets of teams have set about, and it's not a dirty game, it's an absolute credit to the First Division.
It's a good, tough game of football, is this? Referee just having a quiet word there. There was actually, I think, a little bit of elbow went in there, and Tony Ford didn't like it. And it's a daft thing to probably say, but I don't think it's intentional elbow. But if it's Pollock over there, I think when Tony Ford went for that, his arm was up there. And then, of course, when the challenge came in for the ball again, there was both players going in with studs all over the shop. But they're two good players, those two, and they'll get on with it. I think Town have got themselves a free kick out of the thing.
Well, you know Tony, but you know, well, I know Tony better than you probably, John. But what I'm saying is that Tony wouldn't foul anybody deliberately. He doesn't know how to. No.
Not in a malicious manner, certainly. He might clip somebody, handball, whatever, block them, but he's not going to go around kicking lumps off anyone. Here's Futch. Whoa, good play. Bit tight. Back it comes. Oh dear. Well, linesman and referee having an agreement to disagree. Well, we'll have a throw in then. So 38 minutes gone, still goalless. Challenge coming in a bit keen. There we go again. I suspect that is Groves. Lays it off. Paul Agnew to Dave Gilbert. Fleming there straight away on him. This is Livingston. Dave Gilbert again. Into the middle it goes. That's a great ball. Oh, look at this. Oh! Lovely football. I think the Middlesbrough lads are complaining for an offside in there somewhere. But Steve Livingston hit that well. It's a lovely knockback to him. And what? Well, ended up being a yard and a bit wide, but the movement was so good.
I thought it was a superb move. I mean, it was like watching it in a replay in slow motion. You could see exactly what they intended doing. They did it, and unfortunately the finish wasn't up to standard. But what a great move, John.
Yeah, it didn't quite come off. Stamped forward. Graham Rodger. Paul Agnew. Back it'll come again. Graham Rodger trying to get in, can't do so. Tony Ford steps on it. Now to Futcher. There's that ball forward. He loves that diagonal ball into the path of the runner. That time it was Clive Mendonca. Oh, look at the space. Clive again. This time it's knocked away from him. Paul Groves will get it. Ah, good play. There's the run. Look at the middle. Oh! Dave Gilbert, surely. And Andy Peake. Well in by Agnew. Andy Peake again. Fleming. Futcher's there. He'll have to get it again. Still in there is Futch. Now then, Graham Rodger had to stand off. To the line, it's good football by Middlesbrough. Get it away now. Good play.
But you've got to ask, where was the Middlesbrough forwards? There were 4 Grimsby defenders in there, and there was Wilkie on the far post. It was a cut back, and it was a joke in the finish, John.
The actual man at the byline didn't do an awful lot wrong. He cut the ball back. There was no support for him.
No, he did everything. You know, more or less what you're trained to do, basics. But where was the forwards following up?
I'm glad to say they were slow, which is not what the Grimsby defence was. The Grimsby defence was very quick in regrouping. But it's Middlesbrough again coming forward. There's that ball to the wing. Good one inside the fullback. And we'll clear. Gary Childs, I reckon that is over on the far side. And there's a long ball forward. Mendonca on the run. And back to Pears. Hold on, hold on, hold on. The referee says play on. Good refereeing. He wants to keep this game moving. That's fair enough. Pears with it. Wilkie. Out jumped by Graham Rodger. I think might have just had the slightest hand on him. Now then, got to look sharp. Oh, well in by Futcher. Ball is spread here now for Fleming. Far post. Whoa. And I thought Wilkie very nearly got behind them all. And it comes again and it's still there. Oh, look out. Well, they're crying for offside, but they haven't got it.
Well, I was crying for offside. I think that's against the run of play for a start. But I'd like to say that again because I'm not sure about that one. But the fact is Middlesbrough have taken a 1-0 lead, certainly against the run of play.
Most certainly against the run of play. I think it was Jamie Pollock, the man who put it in the back of the net eventually. 4 minutes and a half left. Dave Gilbert. It's a tragedy for Grimsby. All the hard work that we've put in, nothing to show for it, and we now go a goal down. Corner kick. And I think we've got to get back into this one very, very quickly. Town's fourth corner. Now Gary Childs is that. No handball. Agnew trying to get forward, brought down. Penalty kick. I think Aggie was hauled down there. I don't know. Aggie's not the sort of player to make more of something that there is, but he definitely went down under the challenge.
I'll tell you what, John, and I'm Grimsby through and through. That was a made penalty. Hey, we'll check it by all means. But Aggie made the best of it. That's only my opinion. It was past the man, but well, we'll take it, John. But I'm not saying no more.
Right, well, shut up, Rowley. Let's get on with it. I hardly dare look. Mendonca saved it. Pears has saved it. And it's all going for Middlesbrough.
And I think possibly justice might have been done.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd have rather have seen it going to the back of the net. Poor old Clive. He's a bit of a dead-eye dick from the spot. Get your head up, because you'll have more chances this game than that. Town throw. And he guessed right. I don't think Pearce can quite believe it. He guessed right, did the lad, and he's a good goalkeeper, and he'll earn his luck. Here's Gilbert. Shakespeare. Futcher. And Town with only one home defeat in the league this season. Long way to go yet in this game. But there's a real chance, and I was only just saying there, and Martin was nodding in agreement to me on the camera. We desperately wanted to get back into that straight away. We'd gone behind completely against the run of play. We had a gilt opportunity there. Mr. Key having a word in the middle of the park with Paul Groves and Gary Childs. And I don't know whether there's a booking in there somewhere along the line. There you are. I don't know who to. I reckon it might have been Paul Groves who's got himself in the book. Well, it's another. Let's see this half out, because it's all action from start to finish, this one. Little bit of elbow. And Craig Shakespeare having a word. But I think the Town lads, well, there's plenty of them putting a roar in there. I mean, old Futch isn't very happy about things, so I don't know, but we don't normally complain an awful lot. But I
No,
don't.
we don't. This is what's making me wonder.
And I'm just wondering what's what now, because we don't shout and bawl. We normally get on with it.
Something's happened out there, John, that we haven't spotted, and the Town players are certainly not happy about it.
Gary Childs, Paul Agnew, Dave Gilbert, Graham Roger. Woo. Paul Agnew, much the same. Graham Roger. Well, there's a half-time whistle. It's 1-0 to Middlesbrough at half-time. 75% of this first half has been in Grimsby's favour. We've yet to show anything for it. And there's Gary Childs and the linesman and referee and everybody else just having a word with one another. And still having a go. And Futch. Well, I don't know. And the main stand don't like it at all. But on the whole,
It's something we've missed, John.
We've missed something. But, well, let's hope that we've got something to look forward to in this second half. I'm sure we will, because it's 1-0 at half-time, Rowley. Missed penalty, all action, and Middlesbrough pinching it at the death there.
Yeah, I think it's been an excellent first half of football.